Today is the big day. It's the wedding here at Deene Park. So I put my dress back on to look the part. But I'm first going to check out the gardens because like so many historic houses, there are usually magnificent gardens attached to them, and Deene Park certainly has some sensational gardens to look at.
And they're all chosen because they're named after people we love.
Oh, they are?
So Rosamundi for Godmother Rosie.
Right.
Sophie Splendida for Godmother Sophie. And
Fantastic.
This, as you can see, is a haven of bees and butterflies.
Yeah, I can see them, yeah. You have kindly asked me if I would like to join you.
I have.
In picking up poo.
It is, yep, on this lovely lawn.
So it's super exciting because the bride and groom have just arrived for their photos. She looks absolutely beautiful. When I married into the British aristocracy, it was the start of a wonderfully exciting journey. But it was also a little daunting. I became a Viscountess, and for an American girl from a small town outside Chicago, that was quite a shock.
I live with my husband Luke, heir to the Earl of Sandwich, and our family at Mapperton House in Dorset.
Mapperton has opened up an extraordinary new world for me, and I can't wait to share it with you all.
So if you love castles and manors and stately homes as much as I do, please join me as I head off to visit some of Britain's most spectacular historic homes.
Right, now you are known for your gardens, aren't you?
We are,
Yeah.
yes. And
It's
we have in the last 9 years produced a few more gardens. This is the golden garden because they all flowers later in the year. So when the long borders are over,
Yes.
you can then actually have colour. We've grown sort of local things. We haven't had a designer in. We're just growing things that we know are going to work and survive here.
Beautiful, but this is one of how many?
Well, 5 different coloured theme gardens that
Love
we've got.
it. All right, where are we off to next?
Right, on we go.
Beautiful. Well, this is lovely. I mean, do you come out here as often?
Every day.
Every day,
Every day
exactly,
with the dog.
as you should do.
We're going now into the White Garden.
Okay.
And the White Garden was built in, it was there before, but we revamped the entrance.
Right.
And it's done in memory of Robert's parents. So everything here is white.
Oh my
And there's a little
goodness.
urn tucked in there given by the guides. And then Robert's father's got one there given by his tenants.
It's so lovely. In fond memory of Edmund Brudenell, given by the farm tenants, August 25th. It's lovely. And then the other one is for mother.
Mother-in-law Marion,
Mother, yeah.
yes.
Beautiful.
Everything here is white except at the end of
So
April when we have forget-me-nots galore.
Right.
And they were
yeah.
white forget-me-nots, but they've turned back to being blue.
Blue, right.
And I
right.
did say to Andrew, hang on a minute, it's a white garden. And his answer was, well, being called forget-me-nots, it's the right name.
Yeah. This is beautiful. This is like an avenue of heaven, right?
It's called the Long Borders, and originally it was part of the walled garden that was built in about 1720. The gardens here at Deene were, obviously during the Second World War, they were all put to grass.
Okay.
And Robert's parents started to formalise the garden back as it was. And these wonderful borders here were half the size, and they took advice and they doubled them in size, which is why they're so luscious and rich
Right,
and
yes.
full of colour. But everything we do here as a garden is that it's an adjunct to the house. It's not a separate garden that's, you know, beautifully designed.
Right.
And all that. It grows with the house. So everything that we have here, and we do only have 2 gardeners, is self-seeding. And they go along and weed, obviously they keep
yes.
it going and replant.
How wonderful. It's absolutely beautiful. this is enormous.
It is enormous, and we change all the flowers within it. And the flowers that we're planting now seem to be changing much more into sort of warmer, hotter plants. 10 years ago, I knew you'd never have put a banana plant out there, but now it thrives.
It certainly does. So where we are now is called what garden?
It's called the Four Seasons Garden.
Okay.
I think this was here originally, but it wasn't planted out with this wonderful beech hedge that we have. And the colouring in here is a sort of mixture of white and blue and red. So it's rather a royal garden, actually.
Yeah, it is a
isn't
rather royal garden.
Yes.
It's fantastic. And this would have been a huge kitchen garden. Is that right?
We've got records in the 1850s where they had 18 gardeners just in the vegetable gardens. I just want to show you this building here. It was built by the 7th Earl of Cardigan, and it's where he entertained his lady friends. Yes, there's some stairs at the back that go up to what was his bedroom. Yes.
Oh my, so he built that as his escape, as his little hideaway.
Yes.
There you go. Right. Oh,
and now we're going to head up here.
Okay, let's head up here. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm standing on where people will get married. This is your third location.
This is the very first of the three locations.
The first, okay, right.
Yes.
So this location came first, and you decided to put this in, people can get married here, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Weather dependent.
Yes, yeah, of course. Yes. And then what, chairs would come out here?
Chairs we put out there, and then they go straight into the marquee behind.
But to have 3 wedding venues is incredible on an estate. And they're all different, and that's what's so wonderful. You've got the lakes, and then this one you called...
The wall garden.
The walled garden.
Marquee, yes.
Marquee, the lakes, and then the woodland.
And this traditionally has been the most popular, and we're sold out here for next year. Because of licenses, we can only hold a certain amount. So
right.
2023 booked.
So originally, though, this would have been, again, part of the walled garden.
The third Earl of Cardigan, when he came back to Deene eventually, discovered that fruit and vegetables had to be brought in from the neighbouring estate at Blatherwick. And he was so shamed by that, he started at a brick kiln, and they built these 7 walled gardens.
No.
And it's just incredible that
goodness.
they're still standing, these walls, which are all listed. And then at some stage they were used for growing Christmas trees and breeding pheasants, and I believe there was a tennis court here once upon a time.
Well, it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. Come on, Minta! Come on, Minta! Come on, Minta!
Each generation adapts the gardens to the tastes and needs of their time. Robert has joined us to explore the jewel in the crown here at Deene Park.
Well, this is glory right here. Tell me about it.
This is the main best bit showing off of Deene Park Gardens. This is called the parterre that Robert's parents put in the 1980s. And they got David Hicks to design it. And it's based on the Serlier design, which we have throughout the house, of a square and a circle and a square.
Right.
And the whole theme of this garden is purple.
Now, Charlotte, I want to just point out something a little bit further along.
Something to do with lozenges, I'm guessing.
It's just something as I was staying here and I was walking around and I was like, oh, I spotted that coat of arms all on its own.
That is the Montague one, because
Yeah.
there's nothing Brudenell added to it.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah, so that was done in honour of Mary.
Mary, yeah.
Montague.
There we go. Incredible. Yeah, I know. So like I said, we're family.
Indeed, indeed.
Wow, well that was a real treat, and I can see now, well, you know, it's all these layers that Deene Park has. You know, you've got the history of the house, but then you've got the living history, your own stories, but attached to that, and part of the fabric, really, of the building are these extraordinary gardens. And then you've got the wider estate. It's wonderful, though. Wonderful.
I've got one more garden to show you.
Yes.
Round the corner, which is a rather special.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Let's go to that. Let's go to that.
This is the east front of the house, which I think architecturally is the most interesting side of the house. This is Mrs. Roberts' pink rose garden, which I have put in as my gift to Deene, my legacy to Deene. And it's pink because there are too many men in our house, and I love pink. And it was designed particularly because originally, once upon a time, there was a chapel that stuck out. That was the monastic chapel, the medieval chapel that you saw the arch coming through
Yes.
to. And to the right of it was a knot garden of herb, a herb garden in the shape of a cross.
Okay.
So that's what we've done here, is the shape of a cross.
Oh, you've done, yes.
And what we did here was we've put pink lavender.
You put pink lavender.
And the colours of the roses greyed out from dark pink to pale pink. And they're all chosen because they're named after people we love.
Oh, they are.
So Rosamundi for Godmother Rosie.
Right.
Sophie Splendida for Godmother Sophie. And this,
Fantastic.
as you can see, is a haven of bees and
Yeah,
butterflies.
I can see them. Yeah. Obviously, I see a lot of coat of arms here. The carvings are beautiful.
Lots of Brudenells, shamrocks, which is the Tresham.
Right.
Tresh,
Yeah.
3.
Yes.
So this side is pre-Montague, I'm afraid.
Well, this is wonderful. And I love that we've sort of done this fantastic garden tour, but we've ended with you.
Oh.
We've ended with your
I'm clashing
garden.
terribly with
No,
my
it's
pink
great.
roses.
I love it. You stand out, Charlotte. You stand out. We're here on location at one of England's most spectacular historic houses. And we just want to say thank you to all of our American Viscountess patrons. Without the support of our patrons, we would not be able to film at these wonderful locations and also to celebrate these incredible historic houses. So thank you to all of our American Viscountess patrons. And if you're interested in becoming part of our team, do check out patreon.com/American Viscountess. Here you'll get early access to all of our episodes, lots of behind the scenes content, extra videos, and of course, lots of American Viscountess goodies as well. Do check it out, patreon.com/American Viscountess, and help us to continue on making these extraordinary episodes celebrating some of Britain's greatest estates.
For the gardens to be picture perfect for the wedding, there's one glamorous job I'm lucky enough to be here to help with.
So we are here today with the marquee behind us.
Yep.
And you have kindly asked me if I would like to join you.
I have.
In picking up poo.
It is, yep, on this lovely lawn.
And it's the geese poo, isn't it?
It is the geese poo.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's
Right.
just making sure for tomorrow it's
Yeah.
all sorted.
So people who are wearing their heels
Yep.
and their very special shoes don't end up going like this and
Yep.
bringing it into the
And,
marquee.
yeah, we've got a engine-driven brush collector that then
No.
sends all the sort of poop
Yeah.
with the brushes that's there that we can lower down,
Oh my gosh.
and we can send it straight into the back collector box.
So all I really have to do is drive it.
Pretty much, we need to though set it up so
Okay.
height-wise and
Okay,
and
let's
so
set
forth
it up
as well.
height-wise. All right.
So what we want to do first is start up the engine, give it a pull,
Yep.
take the choke off,
Yeah.
and then up. And then
Okay.
as you see, the brush is going
Oh
around.
yeah.
So
Okay.
what we can do
Yeah.
is we can lower the brush down slightly.
Okay.
So we take the clip off
Yeah.
and then we turn it so
No.
it's just
Yeah.
slightly lower. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are taking bits off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then, so it's empty now, everybody.
Yeah, it is empty.
Yeah,
It is
can we just
definitely.
show this? Come on. It's pretty empty. Yeah? Let's go pick up some poo, Ben.
Let's go.
Picking up the poo.
That's it.
This is so great. So you go, right, so you've got to go slow.
Got to go
you-
slow just to make sure.
Yeah, you get the poo.
We can't go too low because we'll end up taking sort of part of the sort of thatch out from the grass.
Right.
So what we're
right.
just trying to do is just collect the little bits of poo, and then what you can do is you can hear the brush sort of hitting the bottom. So when there isn't that motion, we're not actually getting anything, and it will also pick up the feathers and bits in
It
there
will,
as well.
yeah, I saw some feathers as well. Picking up the poo. We can hear it. We can hear it. Can't we?
Yeah, we
hear
can.
it. Picking up the poo. Think we got a lot of poo?
Hopefully, I think we should have had a good amount.
And how often do you have to do this, by the way?
So this is normally done a couple of times for the weddings, and then we do the roadway roughly once a week
Right.
as well.
Okay.
So just to keep
Yeah.
on top of it.
All right.
So should we stop here?
Yeah, should we just go check it out?
Yep.
Let's check out that poo.
Just push away from you.
Okay.
Oh, you okay?
Okay, got
Yep.
it. Okay, we're about to go check out the poo. It's actually really relaxing. It's really relaxing to actually collect poo. Oh my gosh, look at all that poo. We've saved
We have
320 guests
We have.
from having poo
on
their
the
shoe.
shoes.
So I feel really good about
Good.
this. I feel like I've done something to help this wedding here and making sure that the guests have an even better time.
That's it.
They don't have to worry about the poo because
No.
of me and you.
That's it. Well, thank you for doing this as well.
Ben, it was actually my pleasure.
Yeah.
And this was one of the most fun things I mean,
Good.
I'm having a great time here on the estate, but this was super fun.
I'm
Don't tell
happy.
anybody that it was probably
I
my
won't.
favorite. So these historic houses rely on, of course, visitor income, the tours, the events, but weddings are a huge part of income for these historic houses in order for them to restore, to repair, and to preserve this part of England's heritage. And Deene Park is no different. I'm really excited. The Marquee's right here. I'm going to get stuck in and see all that goes on in preparing for this huge wedding that's happening here tomorrow. All right, this is the big marquee right here. I'm about to meet Georgina, wedding coordinator here. So they're getting prepped for this enormous wedding. It's all very exciting. This is a fantastic marquee, by the way. Whoa, and it's huge. Hello.
Hi, lovely to meet you.
So nice to meet you. Thank you so much for letting, this is enormous.
It's huge, isn't it?
I can come in and see what's happening. But
I'm sorry.
That's right, don't be sorry. I'm all about kidding out and making sure that this floor
Stays
squeaky clean.
There we go.
Until tomorrow.
Come in.
Right. So this is an enormous marquee, isn't
Huge.
it?
This is the biggest we've had at Deene Park so far. We are one a week at the very most.
Right.
So we can give our couples the full week's attention for the build-up, as you can see, that's taking place here.
Oh my goodness. 'Cause I know weddings are a big business.
It is.
For historic houses. I mean, we have a wedding business as well, and it's big for us, and it's because it's a way to generate income that can then go back into preserving the estates.
We keep it very exclusive so we can give our couples the time that they deserve in the planning of their weddings and the setup. But with the other two sites now coming along, we'll be able to take a few more weddings on because the Woodland site is so far away.
Yeah.
It's a self-contained venue in its own right.
Yes,
so
yes.
we'll be growing,
there.
isn't it?
Yeah, magical.
Do you see the wildflowers?
Oh yeah, it was
so pretty.
So we saw. I was with Mark. We saw so many bees on the thistles, and it was incredible, and butterflies.
Tomorrow, the DJ will be setting up. We've got a big screen going behind the dance floor with the DJ booth and all the lights on the stage here in the front, so it will change a bit tomorrow. Crystal Group are in at the moment, setting up all the decor. So they're setting up all the VIP tables in the middle here, and all the centerpieces.
Okay, so these
are the family tables.
Right. And then this is all the guests. Now these centerpieces are rather extraordinary.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
We're final touches today. So this is Daisy from Fuse Marquee.
Hello.
She's steaming all the drapes today to take all the creases out.
So you've got to go all the way around.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Oh my goodness. I know what it is. Can I just have a little go? It's quite fun, isn't it? It's quite fun, isn't it? But look at that. There's something about a steamer. Do you know what I mean? It just sort of makes you proud because you're like, oh my gosh. But how's your arm going to be after this?
All right, to be honest.
Will it be?
I'm
You're well practiced in steaming. I mean, it does take some time. You know, this is. So have you just started here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. Daisy has a long way to go. You can do this occasionally, right? Give yourself a nice little facial there.
The next step, so tablecloths have gone on, centerpieces will go in place, then they'll dress the VIP tables in the middle.
Right.
Then that's the decor team done. I make that sound really quick and easy. They'll be here all day.
Okay.
This is Gertie from Crystal Group.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
So nice to meet you.
Likewise.
And this is just an enormous production.
Yeah, no, it's fab. It's great working with Georgina here as well, so it's all come together very nicely.
Yeah, and are you local to here?
Not far,
Yeah.
We're based in Leicester, so not too far, just down the road.
So you're in the middle of putting these on this side of the Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what we're doing, because they've got 3 or 4 different varieties, we're trying to make the room symmetrical.
Right.
So that's the idea. So whatever that side will look like, this side will look exactly the same.
And how long do you think you'll be here today?
We should be another about 2 hours.
Oh,
and everything should be done.
And then you'll have everything done?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. One of our amazing sponsors of American Viscountess is Le Chameau. And mostly you probably will see me in my Le Chameau wellies because it rains a lot here in England. But today here I'm walking in my Le Chameau Chelsea boots. And I have to say, I wear these Chelsea boots everywhere I go. When I'm not wearing my wellies and when it's not raining, I'm actually wearing my Le Chameau Chelsea boots and I love them so much. I've had a pair of Chelsea boots now for I think 7 years. They last and last and last, and they look good too.
So with the preparations for the wedding well underway, it's time to head inside to help get ready for our dinner party this evening.
All right, I have to be honest, Lynn, that I have been waiting all day for this. You know, when I've gone to dinner parties before, I've always been impressed with the napkins. I've tried it many, many times myself, and I haven't been able to do it. So I've been told to come and find you because you know what to do.
That is the napkin ring. I'll show you how to make.
Yes. How do you start? So you've got the napkin
here. So you get the napkin, spray it with starch.
Yeah.
And then iron it all out. Fold it in half.
Right.
Spray it again.
Okay.
You fold
here
and iron it.
Yeah.
And then another one.
Another one.
Iron.
Iron.
Flip it over.
So two, flip over.
Flip it over again.
Okay.
And then you
fold.
just roll.
Okay, you made that way too easy. So it's like a fold in half, and then 2 little folds, and then a fold in half and a roll.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, should I have a little go?
I think you should.
So I'm just gonna start on like a clean slate here. Okay, now, fold in half.
Fold in half. Spray again,
Spray again. Okay. Okay. 1 fold and iron.
Just iron, yeah.
Just iron. Okay, 1. And then another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then I do that. And I'm gonna flip it over.
Yeah.
Okay. So should I go?
Yeah.
Like that? Whoops, whoops.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fold up here. Then I'm gonna roll, and then I roll up. Okay, roll.
And there you have your napkin ring. Okay. Perfect.
Lynn is kindly doing a Birds of Paradise napkin just for me in my honor. All right, here we go. Iron it all up.
And you fold it in half.
Okay.
Spray. And you fold it into a square.
Okay.
You fold each thing up.
And then you iron.
Iron.
Spray.
Yeah. Iron. Then you fold and iron.
Okay.
Then you fold that over, and then you just do that.
Right.
And then you take each little.
Oh my gosh. And now I see why you had to starch them.
Yeah.
In between each of the folding crease. That is beautiful. Okay, I love that one. That was brilliant. So exciting that I was able to do that. And I can definitely take that back home. I'm gonna remember that. Fold in half, fold, fold, fold in half.
Yeah.
Roll.
Yeah. And that's nice at Christmas as well, because you can put a little bit of ivy.
Yeah.
Or holly.
Or holly in there.
Yeah, in there.
Or even mistletoe if you have some. Yeah. Thank you, Lynn.
Next up, polishing the silver.
So can I lend a hand?
That would be marvellous.
One of the things I do like to do is polish silver.
So would you like to polish one of these? These
I would love.
Aren't they beautiful? Yeah.
These
I believe they were a wedding present. A wedding present?
These are beautiful. This must be Brudenell family silver here.
I believe that was a wedding present, Mrs. Brudenell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a pair, you see.
Oh yes. Are these just really more like features?
Yes.
Just features on the
cock
table.
pheasant sits up by Mr. Brudenell, and the female by Mrs. Brudenell.
Right. I think it's brilliant. By the way, I'm polishing this.
Well, maybe you should wear one.
Maybe
of
I
these,
should.
yeah.
I was just thinking. I don't know if I'm.
Get your
Yeah. I kind of want to. You know, I'm all about being kitted out. There's something quite meditative about this.
Yes, there is. Yeah. It's part of our deep cleaning regime as well. It probably takes us a good week to polish all the silver in the house. Yeah.
Yeah. And how often are you polishing?
Just once a year.
Just once a year. That's that's about what we do as well.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think you've done a marvellous job.
Yeah, great job.
Is that all right? Okay. I mean, you can definitely tell a difference of the shine. All right, ladies, are we finished? It's rather fun, isn't it? Then the big test for me, setting the table. Anytime I do get left to set the table without my husband, he does come around and check it. In fact, we just had a son's 21st birthday, and I set the table for that. But it all looks so beautiful when it's said and done. So I'm going around and I'm just making sure there's sort of one thumb distance, so that when you sort of look down here, and this is how I always, when I do mark it, when I look down at the one end of the table all the way down, I want to see like a perfect line. I think there's one I might have to move up here, just like a tiny bit, that's bothering me. The thing about formalities is that if we don't keep them up, they will get lost. And it's not that we're doing this all of the time, but it's about carrying on these traditions. And times, of course, have changed, and luckily they have, and many of us just have lovely suppers in our kitchen. But I think, every once in a while, being able to set the table properly, I think it's a real art, and I think it's a thing of beauty, and I think it's wonderful just to be able to be in such a beautiful setting around, friends or new acquaintances, and having a really proper dinner party. So it's my last night here at Deene Park, and we've set up for a dinner party. The dinner is in the dining room. I cannot wait to eat in there, but it's just been an extraordinary time here at Deene Park. And this is the wonderful thing about these historic houses. Yes, they're open to the public, and we love opening them to the public, having visitors come in and tour all the rooms. But of course, they also need to be lived in. This is really living history. So I'm really excited to be able to dine with Charlotte and Robert and have a dinner party in the dining room and use the rooms occasionally and put new energy and life in them. So I feel like I'm going off to a ball. I'm not, but I feel like I am, because let's face it, I'm in a castle and I have a turret there for my bathroom. Something about drawing rooms. They're like no other rooms in the world. this. Oh my goodness!
They're really called withdrawing rooms, and they're where the ladies withdrew to when men were carrying on drinking port round the table.
And having cigars.
So that's why they're always so exquisitely beautiful.
So tell me about this drawing room.
Well, this drawing originally, it had silk hangings, and we've got a small remnant left in the corner over there.
Right.
And then Robert's parents found this exquisite American wallpaper.
No.
It's not silk, it's wallpaper. And they put the filaments over it so it looks like it's silk. This room, being a withdrawing room, has got portraits really mostly of women. We've got Anna Maria, and then we have Mary Tresham, Mary Brudenell, the first Countess of Cardigan, my absolute fave-rave. She was the one who held the fort during the Civil War when everything was taken, the books, the pictures, the furniture, and everybody skedaddled, and she was left here being fined 4/5 of her income.
Oh my goodness. Do you feel that she kind of saved the place?
She really kept the home fires burning.
I love that you said that this is where, you know, the drawing room is because this is where the women used to withdraw. But you have really made it, you know, women, sort of empowering women around here.
Well, I'd love to say I made it, but in fact it was Robert's mother who made it. What is the most beautiful thing in the room are these portraits we've got, which are painted by Paul van Sommer, and they're known as the Brudenell Tresham portraits. There's nothing to do with the Tresham. I think they're all sisters.
So you want to find out who they are.
Of course
and so this
I
is
do.
another project at Deene.
It is my exploration phase, yes.
It's one big research project, isn't it?
And it's such fun because, you know, interior decorating changes the whole time. Research becomes more and more easy to do. I've just looked up something and found that there's a book I can read online for what I want the information for. And so as information progresses, we learn more and sometimes things change.
Yes.
And what you think is written in ink is yes, not the person you thought they were.
Right, and you have to change the narrative and the storytelling.
Yes.
But and that's what's so fascinating. I mean, it is utterly beautiful.
It's an elegant room, isn't it?
It really is.
And here is our good health to you for coming all the way from beautiful, beautiful Dorset.
I know, you are a Dorset girl.
Up to Northamptonshire, which we absolutely now love.
Yep.
And thank you for taking the time to come and see us.
Thank you. This has been...
And to understand and to share our joy of Deene.
I'm in love with Deene, okay? Let's just say that.
Good,
and
thank you.
it's brilliant. So thank you both, and cheers.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
And so Robert, Charlotte, and I reflected on my visit over dinner and raised our glasses once more.
Thank you both so much.
It is so much our pleasure to have you. You lighten up our life, and we just think it's fabulous that you appreciate Deene, which we so appreciate.
Yeah. I appreciated it before because I am, you know, a lover, if you like, of historic houses, but I appreciate it now more than ever because coming here you get to really see how it all works together. And it is, in one sense, a big jigsaw puzzle, but you have the team in place and the team so looks up to you, and you have the two of you who just immerse yourself into making sure that the pieces are in the right place and that this carries on for
Well, I'd just like
future.
to make tribute now to the fact of our three wonderful trustees.
Yeah.
Because they let us go out on little adventures, and they are so supportive.
It's amazing.
And thank you, we could not survive without them, so I would like to pay tribute to them.
Yeah, and you must, because trustees are so important, especially in this, in where we are today with historic houses. So cheers, shouldn't I give?
Indeed.
Cheers, thank
Chin.
you for a really, truly spectacular time.
And the following day, before I head home, there's time to take a peek at the wedding celebrations.
It's so exciting. The bride and the groom have just arrived, and they're here to do some of their photos, of course, with Deene Park as their backdrop. So far, so good with the weather, and I got a sneak peek of her, and she's absolutely beautiful.